Today in history. Okay, it's time for our daily journey to the past. And here's a quiz question for you.
Okay, an entertainer who performs magic tricks is also called, number one, an illustrator, or number two, an illusionist. The question again. An entertainer who performs magic tricks is also called, number one, an illustrator, or number two, an illusionist. If you know the answer, you can put it on our Bundy board or text in on your cell phone, pounder sharp 1045. That will cost you 51, and the prize, a wireless mouse.
All right, so let's go and check out what interesting happened on this day in the past.
Today in history. In 1956, David Copperfield was born, and in 1987, the Montreal Protocol was signed.
1956년 9월 16일 세계적인 마술사죠. 데이비드 카퍼필드의 생일이고요. 또 1987년 9월 16일은 몬트리올 의정서가 체결된 날로 기록됩니다.
Okay, but we start today's journey to the past with one of the most successful entertainers in history.
And he is none other than the world-renowned magician or illusionist David Copperfield, born on this day in 1956.
He is indisputably the most household name when it comes to this field of entertainment. I think we can agree on that. Having garnered at least 11 Guinness World Records to date, as well as the title of Living Legend by the U.S. Library of Congress. Wow.
대단한 그런 타이틀이 아닐 수 없네요. And what's even more, TV special featuring him has earned 21 Emmy Awards out of 38 nominations.
That's pretty good.
Making him into one of the most commercially and critically successful magicians in history.
But sure enough, this successful career was nothing close to an act of magic. He is said to have started practicing magic tricks at the age of 10, receiving an unprecedented admission to the Society of American Magicians 2 years after.
When he was 12 years old.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, isn't it?
아, 얼마나 잘하면 세상에 겨우 12살 나이에 미국 마술사 협회에 가입을 했군요.
Do you remember that TV special? It was a big deal in America on television. David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
어떻게 그럴 수가 있죠?
Yeah, I don't know.
그러니까.
If I knew, I probably wouldn't be sitting here.
Okay, well, happy birthday, David.
Absolutely.
All right, now let's move on to our second event, which by no means was an act of illusion.
Yes, and that was the signing of the Montreal Protocol on substances that deplete the ozone layer on this day in 1987.
오존층 파괴 물질에 대한 그런 몬트리올 의정서의 체결일이기도 한데요. The Montreal Protocol was a treaty designed to stop the depletion of Earth's ozone layer by calling on nations to reduce certain chemical emissions.
Now, this world effort led to what former Secretary General of the UN has described as the single most successful international agreement to date.
Okay, and now this unprecedented event and milestone in world history is commemorated every year on this day in what has been designated in 1994 as the International Day for the Preservation of the Ozone Layer by the UN General Assembly.
Oh, very interesting indeed,
It
right?
is.
And yeah, it's a great thing, and it seemed like everybody was on board to sign that. That's why they called it the most successful international agreement to date.
That's right. So according to this, a lot of measures have been implemented
Right.
to make sure that we keep our Earth as much environmental friendly enough.
Exactly. Okay, so let's get the answer to the quiz before we finish up our segment for today. The question was, an entertainer who performs magic tricks is also called, number two, an illusionist. And that's it for Today in History. We'll be back tomorrow with more from the past.